Ryan Kohler here, Hiring Guru, with today's hiring tip. HR, you need to quit copying failure when it comes to posting jobs to job boards. Make sure you stick around to the end. I've got a download that will help you understand how to write better job ads and how to go through your job ads and make sure that you didn't mess them up. All right, so just came off of a marathon of going to trade shows, SHRM shows, HR shows, Disrupt HR, a bunch of industry shows too. Everybody loves going to trade shows except for me because I go to all of them and y'all just go to one or two, right? So I'm literally exhausted with it, but I learned a ton of cool stuff. And as I'm at trade shows, people are there and what they really want to know is the best practices for how to change the way they approach their job. And when in my world, that means how to change hiring. And so people go and they learn about best practices, and I've been teaching about jobs and metrics and hiring and all kinds of good stuff. And I've come up with a couple questions I like to ask the audience, and most of this is to make them uncomfortable and to prove a point. And so the very first question I'll always ask is, who in here gets enough qualified applicants for their jobs? Nobody raises their hands. And the reason nobody raises their hands is because nobody's doing a very good job at it. They're struggling, and they believe it's a talent shortage, but they're struggling to get qualified applicants for their jobs. And normally I'll then say, well, who in here feels like their hiring process is killing it? Raise your hand if you get tons of applicants, you hire the best people, you have your pick of the litter, and again, almost nobody raises their hands. So the reason is Google and Facebook and Apple and Tesla and those guys aren't in the room. Who's in the room are normal, small and mid-sized companies just like me and just like you. And we don't get the pick of the litter, and we don't get the best applicants, and we struggle to get applicant flow. But there's a reason why that is. And so I want you to stop a second. Think about the last time you posted a job ad. Last time that you had an opening, posted it, and pushed it out to the job board. I can almost guarantee you that you did one of two things. Number one, you grabbed out one of your previous job ads that you used last time and copied it and posted it into a new listing. Now the problem with that is if it didn't work last time, it's not going to work this time either. Option number two, you went and searched on Indeed and found one of your competitors' jobs and you copied it and made a few changes to it. Now if that's what you did, I have one question for you. Did you call your competitor and ask them if it worked for them? I know, sounds like a crazy question to ask, but if you didn't, how do you know that that job ad that you just stole isn't terrible? How do you know if the results weren't hideous? I actually know why we do both of these things, and it's because almost nobody believes the job ad makes a difference. I've found in working with thousands and thousands of employers that a job ad makes all the difference, that the right ad gets 50 to 300% more applicants than just a normal job description. Sorry, I struggled with the 300% because sometimes it's even higher than that. Sometimes we'll see 5 and 10 times more applicants just by changing the ad. Changing the ad to have better words, changing the ad to target a better audience, changing the ad to target a totally different audience, amplifying the ad, making it in the job seeker's voice, selling the job to them. All of these different things you can do, but not if you don't believe they work, and not if you follow best practice, because the best practice in the HR world isn't working. Let me just say that again. If an entire room full of HR people say that they don't get enough qualified applicants for their job, then their practices are not working. And if best practice is defined as the agreed upon way of doing things by an industry that the majority of people use, well, the majority of people are approaching hiring in a way that doesn't work. So you actually shouldn't have best practice. You should be going to SHRM or going to these events looking for a different way to do it. You should be asking for who has a different way, who is doing it totally different than everybody else. So I've worked with thousands and thousands of companies, and I've come up with some frameworks and approaches to use in writing better ads and in pushing those ads out to job boards and using better sources that are guaranteed to increase your applicant flow every single time. It doesn't cost extra money, it just costs your willingness to try something different, to be different, to stand out from the crowd, to try something crazy and new. And I'm not suggesting you change everything. I'm suggesting you change one job. Just one job ad. Just try this on one single thing. It will change and utterly redefine the way that you approach hiring. It will change the way you're viewed in your organization. And most importantly, it'll get the applicants you need for your company to be successful. So that is my tip for the day. Quit copying failure. If you're going to copy somebody, you better make sure that what they're doing today works. Because if what they're doing today doesn't work, then don't copy it. So I told you if you stuck around to the end, I'd make sure that you had a way to download some of our new frameworks to help you write better job ads. They're attached into this email or below this video or on the page that you're looking at. Go click the download button, download those frameworks. They will walk you step by step through readjusting how you think about job seekers, readjusting how you pick your target audience, digging in and understanding those people, how they work, how they think, what they're looking for, and most importantly, they will guide you to writing a better job ad that will actually get results. At the end of that, if you can't do it for yourself, hit me up and I'll write the job ad for you. Because I've found time and again that our job ads generate massive results with not very much effort other than being willing to try something new. Thanks so much for watching today, and until next time, good luck hiring.